How's it going, guys? A few days ago on Facebook I posted asking if anyone had any questions, and you all came through with a bunch of really good questions, so today I'm going to try and answer as many of those as possible. Before we get started, if you didn't know that I had a Facebook, I posted a link to it in the description of every one of my videos, so be sure to start reading my descriptions and go like my Facebook page. That'd be awesome. For the first question, Charles Muller Peterson asks, have you ever skated without a helmet? First, Charles, I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name, and second, yes, I have. During like the middle school years when peer pressure is really strong and you're easily influenced by it, I did try here and there, and I really just didn't see it as worth it, and I've gotten over that, and now I'm totally happy wearing a helmet and skating. Mark Patrick Abbott asks, what's your inspiration for skateboarding? And that's a really tough question. If he'd said, who's your inspiration, that'd be a lot easier, but instead he said what, which is a pretty broad topic, so I'm just going to go the letter F. Pretty good inspiration. High fives, a good nice breakfast in the morning, maybe pancakes with oatmeal, and crispy M&Ms. If you haven't had these, they sell them in Europe and they're really good. Alex Miller asks, how do you progress so fast? And the trick to that is you have to create the illusion that you're progressing. So you unleash 1 or 2 new tricks in each video and then recycle new tricks every 5 or 6 videos. People think you're getting better when in actuality you haven't learned a new trick in like 7 years, and it's just a perfect cycle of greatness. Totally kidding, just skate as much as possible and you'll get better. Jonathan Alexander Ward asks, will you come down to Tennessee and skate with me? Jonathan, I hate to have to make an example of you, but people will always ask me this question if I'll come and skate their obscure town or city, or state for that matter, with them. And usually they make some sort of vague promise about there being good spots or a decent skate park. But Jonathan, you did not give me any promise whatsoever. You just said the whole state of Tennessee. Gotta give you props on that, and if I'm ever in Tennessee, I'll hit you up. Tyler Singleton asks, what editing software do you use? This is embarrassing to admit, but 95% of the time I use iMovie. I have Final Cut and I use it every once in a while, but iMovie does everything I need it to do, and I'm usually not doing any fancy edits, so it works well for me. Biggest secret has been put out there. We're on a next level intimacy right here, guys. George Medina asks, who is my favorite skater? My answer to that question changes week by week, but overall, Mark Johnson. His skateboarding is incredible. Go watch one of his video parts right now, even if you've seen it before. And he's also a smart guy. If you've seen his Jenkem interview, that was incredible. And everything he does is just like really top notch. So Jaden Coleman asks, what is my favorite part of skateboarding? And I feel like the cliche answer would be to say right when you're rolling away from a trick you tried hours for. So I'm going to mix it up and say 20 seconds after that, when you're sitting on the bench out of breath with your friends reviewing the footage and just getting those high fives of success and whatnot. Cameron Smith asks, how do you get sponsored by Revive? I'm a really good skater. I can do all the tricks out there. And I don't have any money for boards or any skate thing to skate with. Cameron Smith, if you have every trick out there, please put out a video part and I will sponsor you myself. Eric Kaysberg asks, why are Varial kickflips never done? And I think a lot of people would say that's because they're uncool. But let's be honest, people love doing uncool tricks. Just watch Eric Ellington's pressure flip in the Death Wish video. I'm going to say it's because they're hard to do and it's even harder to make them look good. But I'm not going to lie, I love a good Varial kickflip. Sam McLean asks, what's your favorite shoe? And I'm going to say Westgate's shoe, the America Flick. Just a really good shoe. Aaron Ulrich asks, when is the Revive video coming out? And the deadline for that is December 1st, which is pretty scary how soon it is. I'm sitting on 9 minutes of unseen street footage right now, so I'm in a decent position. It's just a matter of cutting it down and getting some last second bangers. Stacking clips, if you will. Kevin Moran asks, who's my favorite artist? And I'm going to have to say Dr. Dog. But then again, it changes every week. Really just depends on who's put out a good album recently, and Dr. Dog's new album, B-Room, is pretty good. Nick Ratana asks, hi. Hey. Joe Gray asks, how old were you when you started skating and what inspired you to do so? I started skating when I was around 8 or 9, and I was inspired by a combination between Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and my brother getting a skateboard. Jed Robson asks, are you done with the Eminem montages? No, I'm not done with those, but I think I am done with the name Eminem. I like the name Josh Katz a lot more, so I'm trying to move away from the copying misspelled artist name and towards my real name. David Trevino asks, when is Eminem Montage 10 coming out? With an exclamation mark. David, I appreciate your enthusiasm and your exclamation marks. Hopefully with the leftover footage from the Revive video, I can release Montage 10. Jack Slezak asks, tips for the ladies. And Jack, 2 words for you, seductive winking. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed this, and be sure to subscribe. Have a happy Easter, guys.